That was your fastest lap of the session.
All right, let's take a look at that. So first lap, hot lap. Nothing crazy on the run up. I'm just gonna try to get as close to full throttling up top as possible. You can get kind of close. I bet you could full throttle this if you really wanted to, but you'd probably start slipping enough to where it hurts you, so it doesn't really matter. So just make sure you're not slipping that tire. So you see all these wheel inputs? This is just to prevent me from slipping that right rear tire while still getting the angle I need off the corner. It'll just take some practice. It's not the biggest issue. Okay, entrance to turn 1 here. I want to wide entry it, get to the bottom as early as possible though, because if I can get my car down the hill and weight shifted early, then I can just roll the bottom with a lot of speed. You can see here, as I enter the corner, I used a little tiny bit of trail brake. That almost was nothing. I might as well have just blipped the throttle for an instant. That brake pretty much did nothing. So very interesting to note is that once I get out of the gas and get back in it, so I get out of it, back in it only to half, and I hold that half. I try to push it a little bit, but half is a good like start. So basically I'm trying to hold the amount of throttle that I can to get to the bottom of the white line here without using any extra wheel. So for me, that's about, force it just a tiny bit because it's hot lap, but about 3/4 throttle, little extra wheel, get to the bottom. And this late-ish apex, it's not really a late apex, it's more of like a normal apex, like a middle apex. So I want to middle apex the corner, but instead of bouncing off the white line, I want to stick to it. So I just hold my throttle once I get to the white line and just use whatever wheel I need to keep it stuck to the bottom. And then I do not want to be sliding off the white line until like I can see the exit of the corner, because if you try to slide up any earlier, this exit of 2 really comes at you. Like here, it's really close anyways. Like I got to use up all the real estate, and I was on the white line for like eons here. So don't slide up the white line too early. You've probably learned that already if you've tried the track already. Because this corner, I don't know what it is about the shape of this track, but exit of 2, the wall just comes right at you. Something about how the corner is designed. That might be why it's honestly considered bad, but I digress. Anyway, 3 and 4, same exact idea. High to low, I want to apex right in the middle of the corner, but then stick it to the white line once I'm there. Again, no bouncing off the white line. We want to get to the white line and stick it there. And then as I'm starting to come up the track on the exit of the corner, I want to let the car turn itself. You see that I'm a little bit closer to the wall than I wanted to be. That's because I didn't stick it for quite as long as I could have. I wanted to stick it, so I'm on the line here. I want to stick. Yeah, I wanted it just a little bit longer right on that white line, and that would have made the exit a lot easier. But pushing for every little tiny advantage, you'll jump the gun there every once in a while, and it was still a fast lap, just a very high probability hitting the wall. Take a look at that one more time. So wide entry. That trail brake was a little more significant. You can tell that it's turn 3 that you need to use a little bit more of off throttle tiny trail brake time, because the corner entry, if you look at the tri-oval up here, the quad oval or whatever, the entry of 3 is a lot tighter than the entry of 1. That's how the shape works. So take how much you're getting into 1 and do it a little more. So you see that instead of getting back onto 70%, I'm only at like 60 or 50%. And then I can get on the full throttle earlier on the white line because the exit of this corner is a little wider than in turn 2. So it's like kind of opposite of how you approach both corners, but with the same line, if that makes sense. Alrighty, now let's go take a look at the long run. Alright, now let's talk about long run a little bit. So this is going to be kind of crazy, because it's going to be the first week with the new oval refresh. I'm going to really dive deep into the oval refresh on my main channel video. So for now, I just want to say the bottom I think is still going to be where you want to be. I do think it'll get slick at some points, but that doesn't usually happen until later in a run. So especially if you want to save tires at the beginning of the run, getting this early bottom line, you're going to give up about half a tenth to a full tenth just getting to the bottom early and kind of just wrapping it the whole corner. Uh-oh, don't hit the wall. I should have wrapped it the whole corner, like I said. But these big arcs, they become really good on late run in these cars, but I don't think they're very good on early run. It depends on the track temp, but the right rear will outwear the right front. So we really want to do anything possible to avoid sliding the right rear. And I could try right on top, like this. But as you can see, it's not very, the Xfinity car doesn't really like it up here. And you don't even get much of a run, you don't get a run off the corner. So you see how, in my opinion, even with the oval refresh, the top won't most likely not be a play. I think people will run middle a lot once the oval refresh dynamic track thingamajiggy comes into play. So you see, we'll early entry on the bottom and just roll this white line. Oops, don't hit the apron like me. Oop, don't hit the wall like me. I missed it. Sorry, that was a bad example, but as these tires wear, the grooves will widen. So I'm not going to say stay on the bottom every single lap, but the key is to find a line where the car does the least amount of work. So sometimes it might be the middle, sometimes it might be the bottom. I don't think it'll ever be the outside personally. All of the races similar to this that I've seen happen, where it goes high, people just destroy their right rear. You can see how when you ease into the corner and you just stick the white line, your car doesn't have to do much work. And let me try the middle one to show you guys. Because even, it depends on where the slickness on the track is, but like even running middle right here, I'm gonna have to use a lot of wheel off corner exit. I didn't need to hit the wall there. But you see the lap times are kind of the same, so you'll feel like you're doing okay. But in 1 and 2 especially, 3 and 4, it's all right to run in the middle. I think that's going to be the first place people go to, but middle and 1 and 2 I just don't think works. It's almost like real Texas, current Texas. This really tight exit right here makes getting a runoff really hard. So you might as well, in 1 and 2, just stick the bottom for like the entire corner and drive it straight off so that you aren't challenged by that. I'll do one more lap here to show you guys. So if we go to the bottom really early, stick to that white line, and just roll it. And then you'll see, as I come up the track late, ooh, that was a little closer than I wanted. Because even then, that exit of 2 wall at Texas is brutal. 3 and 4, a little easier for us, a little loose, but we make the exit. No, we don't make the exit. Oh, you guys get the point. You guys get the point. And now I have a feeling the right rear might be wearing more than the right front in this scenario. Yeah, 95, 92. So when it's a right rear burning track like Texas here, I just don't think the wall is going to work. I think you want to preserve your rears by trying to straighten out your exits as much as possible. In the early run, that might mean running really shallow lines that stick to the white line. And then on mid-late run, that might mean some late apexes so that you can straighten out your exits so that you don't spin your rears. Just keep in mind, like, what do I need to do to make sure that I'm not sliding my right rear tire? And that's usually what's going to help you on the long run here. All right, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you all on the track.